The thick, humid air of Wouagi hangs heavily over the tepid swamplands. Clouds of biting insects buzz and flit across the surface of the water, seeking warm bodies to drink from. A six-legged salamander with frilled ears pierced through the leaf litter atop the swamp, its rainbow-slick skin leaving whirls of roiling color in its wake. The edges of the swamplands give way to ferociously dense undergrowth that hides predators and prey alike. Hi Paper Demons, welcome to my video about the Wouagi World of Rainbow Swamps portal. In this video I'm going to share my time-lapse footage of how I created the Wouagi World of Rainbow Swamps artwork and share some insight into the inspiration behind this portal. For those unfamiliar, Wouagi World of Rainbow Swamps is an art challenge that's part of the PaperDemon art role-playing game. More information about the art role-playing game can be found in the description below. For the artwork, I used the first prompt from Wouagi. The first prompt is about the rainbow pools. The plentiful, almost overwhelming population of swamp salamanders of Wouagi leave a thick coating of mucus across the swamplands. The rainbow swirls float across the surface of the water and can be found as far as half a mile out from the coast, as well as on nearly every body of water in the swamps. This portal was written by Silver, SII1VER, who is a member of our community. We sometimes accept pitches from community members for challenges and game content. And I asked Silver what inspired them to create this portal, and they said, "I really always liked the aesthetics of swamps and marshes in terms of the ecosystem and how vast living in them can be. I almost instantly wanted to design a swamp world when I saw we didn't have an exact one yet when I joined the staff, and was so excited when I was able to. When making a fantasy swamp, I wanted to include a lot of different aspects of what makes a swamp unique from any other waterfront area, while also allowing creative freedoms to how it flowed. A lot of the color ideas from Wouagi was based on Florida and Louisiana swamp colors. Also for the Warar, I used my 3 favorite animals for the swamp region that had the best of each section of the swamp marsh." As for my art process, I started with thumbnailing as I often do, and then worked towards a refined sketch and worked out the perspective. I experimented with some slightly different perspectives and placements of the horizon line and vanishing points until I found something that I was happy with that conveyed what I wanted it to convey. I did put the different planes of the piece on different layers to help create depth. I did the piece in grayscale to work out my lighting and my values before moving into color, and I did some color comps to experiment with the different colors. I then used those different layers as clipping masks and then started to paint the color on separate layers that were clipped onto those base layers that represented the planes. I learned this technique from Philip Sue, who has a course on digital landscape painting that I took a while back. I feel like I was more efficient with the art for this piece because I didn't try to outline everything and draw perfect lines. I was just trying to paint basic shapes and then dress it up with some foliage. Doing the bridge went pretty easy thanks to using a slanted brush, so I was more efficient with that. As you can see, I've got houses on stilts here. That's because one of the parts of the prompt is that the houses are tall, elaborate stilt structures. If I could go back and do anything differently, I would have spent some more time designing what those structures looked like ahead of time, because I kind of went with something a little bit generic, I feel, in the artwork. So I wish I had done something a little bit more unique and interesting with the design of those. Environment design is something I'm still working on, but I was very focused on trying to get the perspective right in this. And to do that, to accomplish the more complex perspective and to get the perspective right, I was using a new tool that I learned about called Lazy Nezumi, which has a bunch of perspective tools and rulers and stuff in it that really helped me to get the perspective right on this and save a lot of time. And I'll definitely be using that tool going forward. It did take me a long time. I spent a lot of time trying to learn the tool and play around with different perspectives, so you do see me going kind of back and forth a lot in the sketching part of this video, but that's because I was trying to experiment with different perspectives and also learning the tool and how to get it to work right. So that's about all I have about Wouagi. I did want to let you know that we do have a boss fight coming for this portal that is written by Crazy Shiro that will be coming out soon. I've already finished the artwork for that, and I had a lot of fun with that. I can't wait to share that with you. I thought I'd also give an update on what's going on with the PaperDemon Art RPG and some of the stuff that we're working on. As you might have seen, we recently launched the class system, so now you can choose a class for your character. You can choose between an elementalist or a bard. And each class comes with its own unique set of abilities that you can earn by spending your ability points. So this is a really fun way to add more depth to the game. We're excited about expanding this in the future to add more classes to the game. So stay tuned, we'll be releasing more of those in the game. One of the things we're looking at right now is kind of analyzing our funnel, or the customer journey of getting into the PaperDemon Art RPG, because we've noticed we have a lot of players who sign up to the game and start creating a character but don't finish. And so we're trying to understand why players are signing up for the game and starting to create their character but not finishing, and why they're getting stuck in the game. We recently launched a character generator that will help generate some ideas, because we do know, we've heard from players who are new to the game that they weren't quite sure what to draw or what their character should be. So we hope that this character generator can help people get unstuck at that stage of the game. But we're also looking to see if there's maybe some other things that are going on. Maybe people are getting too perfectionist about their character sheets, or perhaps just feeling not motivated enough by the game to get them to do it. So we're exploring that and trying to understand that so that we can make improvements. We've also learned that a very small percentage of players actually make it into our Discord server, and a lot of our community interaction happens there. That's a very important aspect of the PaperDemon Art RPG, is the community engagement and community members interacting with one another and drawing each other's characters. And by making it on Discord, it's kind of been problematic because it kind of almost feels like a private club, where a lot of new people who come into the community think that the community is dead because there's not a lot of interaction happening on the website. Instead, it's all happening on Discord. So we're trying to encourage more community interaction directly on our website by improving some of the site features that we have, adding comments to more places, commenting features to more places, I should say, and by providing more incentive for commenting on artwork, as well as cleaning up our forums and making them more appealing for role-playing by letting you role-play as your character in the forums, just adding some role-play features and stuff. So, and generally improving our interfaces, adding a dark mode, for example. So we're investing a lot of time in improving our website community features so that we could start to see a shift in community engagement moving to the website instead of in Discord. We also added a chat feature to the website, which has already shown to be very beneficial in helping new members to build relationships with other players and feel a part of the community. So keep an eye out for more features like that. If you're not already a member of the PaperDemon community, I would like to invite you to check it out. PaperDemon is an online art role-playing game that helps inspire you to create by offering you rewards and loot for drawing your original characters on adventures through the Paperverse. Every drawing of your character earns you loot and XP, and you earn additional rewards for drawing other people's characters. So there's a lot of incentive for players to draw each other's characters and have a lot of fun doing that. So check it out, there's a link for that in the description below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.